So let me revise today what we have discussed with Professor Shashank Joshi. I've taken all the questions which have come from our viewers into my presentations, into my talks already. With that, so thank you for all the people who have joined here. So prevent if you can, prevent and prevent COVID-19. Till vaccine is available, we know that correct, consistent use of masking is the prevention. The second thing is that if you get it, don't worry, diagnose early. If you diagnose it by day 3 or day 5, if you can, first of all, day 0, try to see whether you have already a cytokine excess in your body by CRP. If your CRP is between 1 and 3, you know that you have an excess of cytokines in the body. Try to build up a anti-cytokine lifestyle that I call them as anti-inflammatory lifestyle with diet, sleep, and everything. And then if you develop the disease, look for a differential diagnosis. One diagnosis which we haven't covered, I just will cover in my talk, is TB, because TB, हर कोविड में टीबी ढूंढो, हर टीबी में कोविड ढूंढो is the government of India slogan. That TB can also be a low grade infection. It can also be an evening rise infection. It can also have a unexplained switching, and it can also have a lung lesion. It can also have a rise in CRP and a rise in TB. So for don't forget, and the government of India says that COVID tests and TB tests are done free in the government sectors. So if you go to a COVID test, they will invariably do a TB test also in your swab and rule out tuberculosis. And the government has said 14% of their samples in corona, they have seen coexisting tuberculosis. If you have corona, look for, is it pure simple corona, or it is a coexisting disease, or it is only some other disease than corona, being in the winter season. But if you have corona, mind it, it's not fever, it's fever with inflammation. It's not inflammation, it is hyperinflammation. Hyperinflammation needs to be suppressed, cytokine needs to be suppressed. Therefore, you have a choice. And when we have calculated ourselves between paracetamol, naproxen, indomethacin, mefenamic acid, and nimesulide, we are of the opinion for first 14 days, because of a rapid action, nimesulide and mefenamic acid will compete with each other, depending upon your preferences. And after 14 days, if you want to get it for 3 months, then mefenamic acid will be the drug of choice in such a situation. Fatigue, again, you may need anti-inflammatory. So remember the formula. By day 10, bring your CRP to less than 10. And by 28, bring your CRP to less than 2.8. And that's 3. So remember the formula of day 10. Day 10 is the time when your virus becomes non-replicative. Make sure that your CRP is less than 10. That means it's recovering. And day 28 is the time when you expect your antibodies have formed. Bring your CRP to less than 2.8, which is less than 3, which means you have shifted from inflammation to mild inflammation. And then by day 90, aim it to bring it to less than 1. So by the day 90, when you go into a non-COVID phase, your CRP should be back than 1. By day 28, should be less than 2.8. And by day 10, it should be less than 10. If you treat now, start thinking about cytokine, start thinking of TNF alpha, start thinking of IL-6. So whenever you ask anybody, somebody comes forward and say, this drug is good, you ask him whether it increases good cytokines or not, whether it reduces bad cytokines or not. Like a good cholesterol and a bad cholesterol, you have good cytokines and a bad cytokine. I will request now in the last Professor Joshi to give 5 take-home messages.
So as Dr. Agarwal has rightfully said, that COVID is a big mimic, and the first 10 days of COVID, there's active replication of the virus, where the virus is at the supreme. But after that, it is all inflammation, hyperinflammation, and the immunology takes over. And this inflammation can last for 3 months, for 6 months. And we spoke of fatigue, we spoke of inflammation. Anti-inflammatory drugs are the only drugs on planet Earth which are far more effective, not only for symptom control, but also to save lives. We have seen starting from steroids with various monoclonal antibodies and simple anti-inflammatory drugs, whether it could be a simple drug like a simple nimesulide, can actually also make a difference in COVID care. COVID care is a lot of common sense. The only thing which works in COVID is oxygen, prone position, and supportive care. All other therapies are in research mode. But in the research mode, inflammation is a big component, and so is infection. Never forget, today's whole theme was in COVID, never forget associated co-infections. And whenever we are looking at associated co-infections, whether it is a dengue, whether it is a malaria, whether it's leptospira, chikungunya, everything, as Dr. Agarwal has very nicely tried to collate, never forget that we could always be having another co-infection, which is very, very easily treatable. All the drugs with COVID are repurposed. Anti-inflammatories are easy, cheap, effective, and can be used. And if the pain predominates, inflammation predominates, CRP predominates, a simple drug which acts quick like nimesulide can actually reduce the bad cytokines, improve the good cytokines. And mefenamic acid can be continued if it keeps lingering beyond 2 weeks. That's the take home message for today. Thank you, Dr. Agarwal, for having me once again with you.